Hello, my name is Michelle, and I'm going to talk about European and American art between 1840 and 1910. And this is chapter 18 from the book. So, during the late 19th century, art was undergoing a revolution of some sort. Across Europe, different artists were abandoning centuries of tradition and they were breaking new ground in how they depicted the world. From the bustling streets of Paris to the quiet solitude of rural landscapes, a new vision of art sort of emerged, and this vision redefined the relationship between color, light, and perception. So, the first piece of art that I would like to talk about is Nocturne in Black and Gold, The Falling Rocket by James Abbott. So in this painting, he introduces us to a new way of seeing the world through color and atmosphere rather than sharp detail. He was part of the broader movement towards abstraction in art, where the emphasis shifted from realistic representation to more of an emotional expression. This painting depicts a fireworks display over the Thames River in London and challenges the viewers to feel the fleeting moments of light and color rather than focus on the specific forms of the scene. By using soft strokes and a limited palette, he created a harmonious, almost dreamlike atmosphere, suggesting the movement of the firework rather than its exact shape. This, in many ways, set the stage for the Impressionists, who would further explore the transient effects of light and color. The second artwork I chose is Impression Sunrise by Monet. So, if Whistler was suggesting a new way to see, Monet was pretty much defining it. In this piece of art, Impression Sunrise, this was basically the work that gave the Impressionist movement its name. At first glance, the painting seems sort of unfinished, almost abstract, but this very approach to capturing the scene's fleeting atmosphere is what made it revolutionary. His loose brushstrokes and bright but muted colors create an effect of immediacy, as if the viewer is witnessing the scene in real time. The work reflects a key theme of Impressionism, which is capturing the effects of light on the environment. But it also captures something more, which is modern life itself, with the harbor representing the growth and energy of industrialized France. The next piece of art is also by Monet. It's called Boulevard des Capucines in Paris. While Monet focused a lot on natural landscapes, other Impressionists also turned their attention to the rapidly modernizing city of Paris. In this painting, we can see the high and intense energy of the city's streets and a symbol of growing urbanization of Europe during the late 19th century. Here, Monet uses light and color to suggest that the movement of people and horse-drawn carriages kind of like evoke the speed and chaos of modern life. Like many Impressionists, Monet is less concerned with very fine details or accuracy than with conveying the sensory experience of the moment. The brushwork here, much more like in Impression Sunrise, captures the fleeting quality of light and motion, which were core themes for this period. The following painting is Moulin de Galette by Pierre Auguste, and he was another central figure to the Impressionism movement, which was focused much more on the joys of everyday life, particularly in this cafe in Paris, which people are dancing and pretty much talking, enjoying their time. It depicts less of a darker, more somber tones like in other paintings. Here you can see the celebration of life. His luminous palette and his brushwork can capture the play of sunlight on the faces of the people and also in their clothing, emphasizing the theme of light's transient effect on everyday movements. The next painting is the intimate moment, mother and child. While the French male impressionists were largely concerned with urban and outdoor scenes, the American artist Mary Cassatt focused more on intimate, private moments like this one, a mother with her child. In this scene, the mother is gazing at her child, emphasizing the maternal bond in a personal and deeper emotional way. She can capture the stillness and quiet contemplation, and she uses soft lines and muted colors to bring a sense of comfort and connection towards this painting. And the increasing representation of women in art, both as subjects and creators, reflected a broader societal shifts as women were gaining more visibility and independence in the late 19th century. The next painting, which is one of my personal favorites, is The Starry Night by Vincent van Gogh. By the late 1880s, some artists began to push against the boundaries of Impressionism, and they were seeking more structure and deeper emotional resonance. And Vincent van Gogh, one of the leading figures of post-Impressionism, took the focus on color and light even further. In this painting, he reimagines the night sky with swirling patterns and exaggerated forms that express an inner emotional world. His use for vivid colors like bright yellow and blues were symbolic of his emotional state, because his work is infused with a sense of tension, passion, and spiritual yearning. The expressive brushstrokes and bold, dynamic forms indicate a profound shift in art, where the psychological and emotional state of the artist becomes the central piece of this artwork. And finally, the last piece I'm going to talk about is Still Life with Basket of Apples by Paul Cézanne. His work will also lay the groundwork for the Cubist movement and the advent of modern art. Here he presents a seemingly simple arrangement of fruit, but with careful attention to form and structure. And he carefully studies perspective and his use of color to create depth and dimension, which are key steps towards abstraction in modern art. By breaking down objects into geometric shapes, he emphasizes the process of seeing and actually taking in the picture. His work was a profound influence with the next generation of artists, particularly Picasso, making a key moment in the shift towards modernism. So, in conclusion, from Whistler's atmospheric depictions of light to Cézanne's analytical still lifes in the late 19th century, it marked a dramatic shift in how artists really understood and represented the world. The Impressionists and their successors not only revolutionized art, but they also captured the spirit of a society, one that was undergoing rapid industrialization, urbanization, and rethinking tradition. And these works of art remind us that art is not just about what we see, but how we experience the world around us.